Hey, we've got hockey! I'm so hyper right now. So, season begins tonight. Utica's going to play Morrisville in their first exhibition, and I have two graphics set up. One of them's up right now. The other one is going to be up later. The second one is not complete. I ran out of time. Emergency call somewhere else to do something, so I could not complete the second one. But for now, we're going to work with what we have, go off with the rest of the other ones. I have them all pulled up. So, Utica's going to go play Morrisville, a series that they are 6-2 in. Utica has won 3 straight, the last 3, 2 of those at home. And this season they come in a particular spot because you lose a few guys. Brian Landsberger and Ryan Piros, both goalies. Landsberger graduated. He had a 42-4-3 record, one of the best by a Pioneer goalie. Same with his 1.6 GAA and a 930 save percentage. And then you have Ryan Piros, who is coming into the season as a sophomore, went 16-3-1 after the mid-season break, coming in to Utica with a 1.90 and a 926 save percentage. He is over an Adrian, who Utica will see for their first actual game. Then on defense, you lose both captains from that group, Brian Scoville and Ben Schultz-Dice. Scoville would have the most games played by a Pioneer. He also has 90 points, 72 of those assists. He's very high in those numbers for a career for a Pioneer. And this was all without being here for his freshman year. If he was here for his freshman year, he could have played even more games, which is amazing. And then Ben Schultz-Dice, 30 games played, 12 points, 11 plus minus, but those 12 points don't do him justice. He wasn't a guy that you would see on the score sheet, and I've said this before. It wasn't about the points he put on the board with off his touch. It was about how his smarts opened up the ice and made you respect him, even if he didn't score the puck or he didn't get the assists. And then the other A that you lose to graduation is Jacob Brolt. Great player, very good on the power play with his 13 power play goals over his career, but those are pretty evenly spread out over his couple years here, his 3 years. 81 games played, 91 points. He was a very, very good forward, first line for pretty much his whole time here. And that one's going to hurt a lot because he was a veteran guy when he came in, and it was just a force. Then you lose the pairing of Shane Murphy and Matt Wood. Line mates John Gutt and Chris Carroll are returning, thankfully. But Murph and Wood both are graduating. 83 games for Murph, 91 for Wood, 56 and 84 points respectively. 32 of the 56 points for Murph were goals, and Matt Wood had 8 game-winning goals. He had a lot. Those two are going to hurt because they were part of one of the arguably best lines over the last couple of years for the Pioneers consistently, year in and year out. You knew you were going to get production from them, and Murph would take someone's head off every once in a while. And finally, you're going to lose Johnny Malera, the small forward that was a menace on the power play. 8 power play goals in one season, which I'm pretty sure is top 5, if not top 3, among Pioneers all time in a season. 28 points in 29 games, almost a point per game. And he just played phenomenal hockey. The other transfers, other than Piros, are all pretty much because our depth departures. Reed Oliver, Colby Jaquette. That defensive core is so solid that they weren't going to see much time. They weren't. I don't blame them for leaving. Oliver went to the OEHL with Seaforth, and Jaquette went to the ACHA to play with Grand Canyon University. Both didn't play a ton for Utica, especially Jaquette, but it's still there. Everybody who left is going to be missed, regardless. Teo D'Addario, who, as far as I know, does not have a landing spot. Same with Anthony Serafelli. D'Addario, I think, would have been great. I think if he had stayed with Lundberg, although I think he would have gotten bumped out of the lineup because it's such a stacked lineup right now, as far as I can tell. If he had stayed, I think if they had kept the line together of Patterson, Lundberg, D'Addario, that could have been very scary. And then Serafelli and fellow sophomore Justin Rapp, who went to the ACHA with Missouri State University. Both didn't see a ton of time last year. Rapp, I heard, was injured. I don't know the deal with Serafelli, probably injured too. But again, those are just guys that it sucks to lose, but there was no space for them. There really wasn't. So it's one of those things of, what do you do? You can't, at that point, you couldn't really do anything. And now coming in, you have a couple. Coming in, you've got a lot of guys. So among the transfers I do have up, you have Tyler Procius. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing any of these. Comes out of AIC, D1, looks very good. He is small, on the smaller side, but it seems like he fits into the Coach Heenan way. Davis Gockler, again, sorry if I'm mispronouncing, out of Alaska Anchorage. Both Procius and Gockler are not the only guys out of those respective universities. Played a ton of games, very experienced at the D1 level, and seems like he could fit on one of the larger lines. Maybe he could fit in with, actually I think Hilfichner would be with Brighton, another tower, but Gockler could be another one of those guys. Both him and Will Hilfichner, who played at Alaska Fairbanks D1 with 28 games experience, both very good, both seniors. We'll see what we get out of them. I did catch a little bit of one of the practices that was going on, and both of these guys look good. You can see some of the things that they can bring to the table. Hunter Longhead Jr. looks phenomenal. Phenomenal. I think this kid could be really good. D1 AIC. Again, it's one of those things, I caught a small bit of a optional practice, and I'm so glad I did. Hunter Long, he looks so good. He's talented. I'm telling you. 5'9", 175, played at AIC. Only racked up a point in one of every 3 games, but I think he can be really good. Alex Gomez, another transfer out of Alaska Anchorage. A lot of experience. Big forward. Didn't score a ton, but maybe that you don't know what you're getting yet in him. And the last transfer in terms of forward to defense is Nick Ahern out of Vermont, who I don't have up there. 17 games over 2 seasons, 7 points. He is coming in as a junior. He does measure in at 5'10", 175, so a little on the smaller side, but we'll see how he plays. Among the freshmen, you have Sal Serrato out of Danbury, NAHL. Smaller side, but he's a defenseman. Maybe he'll fit in with like a Perrick as an offensive guy. Isaac Barnett out of the Comet program, almost a point per game. It's about that Gary size of 6 foot to 6'2", 175 to 195. Fits into what we've seen him get before. Same with Alex German out of Colorado, NAHL. Another guy that he fits the Gary mold. Seems like he may be more of a defensive guy from the little bit I've seen of him. Tonight we'll tell a little more. And 2 freshman forwards on this, Jaguar McClellan and Matthew McMillan. One out of the NAHL, one out of the OJHL. McClellan has a lot of experience in the NAHL, but it seems like didn't get his scoring up to the last year. Same thing with McMillan. McMillan seems a little big. We'll see how that plays out. And then on the goalie side, you have freshman Frank Murphy out of the Springfield Junior Blues NAHL program. He is 6'3", 180. And then coming in alongside him out of Elmira College for his senior year is Kyle Curtin. Played 50-ish games in Elmira. Round of 240, 250 GAA. Had 919 was his lowest save percentage. So, we'll see how that goes. I'm confident this team can play. It's just about what do they show. And I'm super excited for tonight. I'll be there. I'll be excited. I might buy a jersey. I don't know why. But let's go. Even if it's an exhibition, I want to see them win. Hopefully they pull it out.